I snuck into Ludwig Streamer University class without ever stepping foot on campus. The only problem, I never got accepted. But then I thought, it's called Streamer University. Universities have classes, classes get taught, and if Ludwig is teaching them, then they're probably being streamed, right? So if this somehow works and I manage to get the most out of Streamer University without leaving the comfort of my own home, you should probably subscribe, because I have a feeling that this won't be the last dumb idea that I try. And the final lesson I learned from Streamer University completely changed the way that I view making content. And honestly, I think it is the biggest takeaway from the entire event. I took notes the entire time, not just his classroom. I watched his interaction with other streamers, his interaction with people, his interaction with his current employees, all of that kind of stuff. I took note on it. And what I've done is I've kind of compiled everything that I learned from Streamer University, having not gone to the event. I lost out on a few things. This is twofold. I lost out on relationships that I could have built with other streamers and other people that are cool. But I did not lose out on getting hot sauce thrown in my face, or getting into fights, or having everybody else's camera in my face all at the same time. I got to do it at the comfort of my own home, via my laptop, on my couch, and take notes and enjoy life. Spend time with family. I didn't have to actually go to the event. I wish I could have, but I didn't have to. But what I found very interesting was outside of his lectures and classes was where I learned the most about streaming. Like when he was just walking around campus, just doing stuff, I learned more about streaming just doing that, and actually just taking notes on the class aspect, which I think is really interesting. One thing I noticed is the way that he approaches every single person he talks to, not just his students, his employees, but every single person that he talks to has an insane level of respect from him, even if he knows that you've effed up. And that was like the biggest note that I took. I kind of did my own chatting segment with you guys as Twitch chat a week ago, before Streamer U started, where I kind of went over the things that I want to accomplish and kind of made my goals and everything before Streamer U even started. And then as I'm watching Ludwig streams and I'm taking notes and doing all this, I realized I've done a lot of the work that he's talking about. And I came to that conclusion on my own, which means that I have learned a lot already. Because starting streaming just a couple months ago, I came into this and I was so like, but I didn't understand like good content. I didn't understand anything. So I just came in and started streaming with a blanket goal of, I'm going to play the video games that I never played growing up, and I'm going to stream them, and that's it. And then I started getting a few viewers. And then I started listening to you guys, and I started doing things, and I realized, man, I can't stream for 5 hours if I don't have a plan going into it. That kind of stuff I learned on my own, but hearing it reiterated by one of the people who I would view as the greatest of all time, that's rewarding. I may not have the viewers that some of the people in that class had. I've also only been doing this for like 4 months, but I do enjoy learning. I love learning. I'm a sponge when it comes to learning. Lesson 1 was how to get lucky, which I already know this. Like my dad taught me this growing up. My dad taught me that luck is not something that just randomly happens. Luck is opportunity plus preparation. That's what I've learned growing up all through my years of school. Is my dad always told me, luck is just opportunity plus preparation. And going into that, I kind of had an idea that that was what Ludwig was going to talk about. I do think it's really interesting. He gave some facts. He gave some facts about Streamer U, how like 90, or just streaming in general, like 92% of people go live once and never go live again. And that was almost me. That was almost me. When I first started streaming in 2022, for the first time, I streamed like 2 days in a row and then stopped. I didn't stream for like 4 years. I streamed once last year. Last year I streamed for like a week straight, and then I stopped. And then a year later, I started streaming again, and this is the most consistent I've ever been. I have seen the biggest boom in viewers. I have like got to talk to so many chatters that I haven't ever been able to do. And that's because I would just stop before I even got traction. You ever try to start a car in the mud and you just floor it? You have no traction. And that's kind of what I was doing. But once you put like some chalks under there or something, you get that traction and it just propels you. And then he said 1 million is the number of people who applied to Streamer U and only a few got accepted, which I think is really cool. However, I cheated and I get to do the work for free. I didn't have to hop on a plane. I didn't have to leave my kid. I didn't have to leave my wife. I get to just chill. And lesson 2 is something that I suck at. Like clip farming is something I just like, I'm older than all these other streamers. You know, I'm 26 years old and I didn't grow up in the streaming era. I didn't grow up in the short form era. I don't understand what the heck. I feel like me and Ludwig I'm in the same boat that he was in when he first started streaming, just a little bit. One of the bigger takeaways I took is be authentically you in all moments, which is one of the things I took away from like watching his streams, not his classes. He is authentically him at all times. At least it seems like. I don't know the guy, but and I guess I can't say authentically, but I can say it seems like he is the same all the time. I don't know if that changes when he hits in stream, but it seems like throughout the entirety of him going through Streamer U, he's always the same. He's the same person. His personality is the same. It's always him. And something I think I do genuinely well on streaming is being super authentic. I do not care if you guys like me. I don't care if you guys dislike me. I only care about doing this and getting to interact with you guys and hopefully producing a lasting impression on you guys that provides fun. Fun being the definition of entertainment and enjoyment. If you watch The Bear, you know, you know. That's my goal in streaming, is to get to know you guys and to get to experience all of this and have cool conversations with people that I don't know in real life. I've got friends outside of streaming. I don't have a ton of friends that do stream, but I've got friends outside of streaming, and those are the relationships that I super care about. And I care about their views on me, and I do care about like what people think of me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stream whether you like me or not. I'm going to be authentically me. Another big thing I think is being consistent. And you know, you hear a lot of big streamers talk about being consistent, but nobody ever really explains what that means. And a lot of people think that means post on a schedule, but I think it's more important to be consistent with who you are to everybody, not just your, you know, whenever you post your schedule and all that. I think it's really important to be consistent with your, like I said, your relationships, your authenticity, and your kindness. And that's one of the things I took from Ludwig, not even just from his classes. Like I explained, even when he's just walking, even when he just talks to cameramen, even when he talks to staff or janitors or whatever, he was just the same. He treated everybody the same, which I think is great. Now, here are some actual stats from my streams. I looked into this because he went in and he asked everybody how long they streamed. I stream for about 50 hours a month, which is not a lot. However, I also have an 8-month-old. I can't be live all the time. It's just not a thing. I have other priorities that I put above streaming. Streaming is fun, but I have other priorities that I put ahead of that. And obviously, if it becomes a good source of income that I can do, I'll make it a bigger priority, but I'm not going to neglect my family for this. How to come up with ideas. Do a $1 goal, like a $1 stream idea, $1,000 stream idea, and a $100,000 stream idea. And I'm going to tell you guys what mine are. My $1 stream idea, having not gone, is this right here. Having not been to Streamer University, my $1 stream idea going into it when I was watching the streams and he gave out that homework was I scammed Ludwig of his Streamer U classes because it's easy. I enjoy it. I enjoy learning so much that I want to share it with you guys. And also I want to be transparent as a creator so that you guys know what I'm working on. My $1,000 stream idea is actually really interesting. I want to give you guys $1,000 to spend at thrift stores to decorate my stream. I love thrifting. I buy almost all my clothes, thrift stores. I buy almost all my decorations for the house, thrift stores. I do not spend full price on things. I think it's a waste. Paying full price for things is stupid. I want to do an IRL stream. I've never done it before. I want to try it. Therefore, I want to try giving you guys $1,000. You guys can spend it at a thrift store and you guys can decorate this space, this little space that I do have, however the heck you guys want. My $100,000 idea. This is where I got stuck because I have never done this experiment before or this exercise before. So I kind of got stuck with what to do for $100,000. $100,000 is a lot. What can I even do for $100,000? What would I enjoy streaming for $100,000? That's the biggest question. You guys know I like race cars. I race my car. I've taken it to the track. I have a little Miata. It's gutted, roll cage. It currently doesn't run because the engine blew up. It's fine. Racetrack stream in the Miata. $100,000 also gets you a crazy Miata, by the way. An engine costs like $2,500. I can build that engine to make 300 horsepower for 10 grand. That's only 10% of the money there. And then I can, the other 90 grand, I could rent out the track. I could take it out on track, just me. I don't even have to race a whole season. I can just do it for fun. But yeah, those are my ideas. I've done this every day. When I shower, I take an expo marker into the shower and I just write my ideas on the wall. And then what I do after that is I take a picture of those and then I go to my Mac and I write down the ideas in Notion. That way I have all those ideas there. Lesson number 3 is where it kind of clicked for me. Because he asked a big question and he told his class to be honest. And you know what he asked? He asked, why are you not posting on YouTube? Long form videos, I think I have 6. I have 6. Ooh, 6. Thank you, Grish. Yeah, I have 6. And they're not great. I think some of them are pretty good. They could be better. It's not because I'm not posting. Like, I try to post. And in the last week, I've gotten a lot better at it. 2 of those videos have come out in the last week. That's great progress. I need to keep it up. A lot of it for me is consistency and the uploads suck. I get done with stream, I don't want to edit. I get done with this, that, and the other, and I don't want to. Or I say, oh, I'm going to go edit this video, and I sit in here, and then my friend hops on a game, and Steam gives me that notification, and I'm like, ooh, let's play this game. And then the other thing is that you upload videos, but they suck. And that's more of the boat that I'm in. And so I need to improve. The reason I think they suck is I just need to improve. And I'm not saying it's going to happen over time. I'm still going to keep uploading videos while they quote unquote suck. Yeah, I just need to improve editing. I need to improve editing. I need to improve my packages. I need to improve intros and content. For me right now, it's really easy for me to make content while number go up. You know, every time I make a post, even if it's a dog water post, the number goes up. I get views. I get 1,000 views. That's by no means great. That's better than I've been doing over the last 4 months. Mainly because I haven't been posting. Like I said, I just hadn't been posting. And so like 1,000 views is way better than I'm used to, but I can't get complacent. And then also the content sucks. The number 1 skill that Ludwig gave was packaging. And I've never thought about it this way, but YouTube is not a platform for creators. It's a platform for marketers. People who are really good at marketing do really good on YouTube. And I suck at marketing. But there's definitely improvement to be made. And that's the thing. There's improvement to be made. And that's where I'm trying to improve. He talked about packaging being like thumbnails, which like I'm trying to improve on my thumbnails. I know how to use Photoshop. I just, for some reason, don't. Like, I feel like I'm too, like, I get too in my head about like it going there. So interesting thing. I just, for some reason, don't touch Photoshop, even though it's like what I did for my day job for like a year and a half. And then titles. Dude, if you look at my titles, I've been stealing Ludwig's titles. And that was the answer he gave. He said, steal it. He said, steal titles. I've been stealing his titles since I started making YouTube videos. Even some of the YouTube videos I deleted because they were old. Like from when I was like first starting content in 2022, and I made way worse content than is on there. And then he talked about what you upload. He said stream to create clips and YouTube videos. Like that's what I do. That's the only like way I can think about streaming. I don't think about streaming just to stream. Every time I end stream, I'm editing that stream down to a YouTube video. It's just sometimes I get caught in perfectionism. And perfectionism is a hell of a drug, man. It will make you think that you should not post that video you just spent 4 hours working on like crazy. The last lesson is crazy. The last lesson was how to get big fast. And what do you know? It's all the homework. All the homework. I did all the homework. Here they are. Here's my schedule. Here's my goals. I was out eating at the time with my family and I was watching the stream, so I made my goals. I'll tell you guys my goals. My goals they're kind of interesting. 500 followers on Twitch. Stream full time. This is all by the end of the year. Stream full time. Right now I'm doing it kind of part time, and I hope to change it to full time. Be relatable. This is really interesting. I do not want to stream if it means that I'm a different person than I'm actually in real life. I feel like I'm a pretty relatable dude. I can relate to people with kids. I can relate to people who have had lots of jobs. I've had a pretty long life, 26 years of life. And I think being relatable is important. I want to hit 500K views on YouTube. I'm at 10K right now. I'm at 10K views on YouTube. I want to hit 500K. I want to impact at least one person. I want to make a noticeable impact on one person's life. That's the biggest thing for me in streaming. As long as it doesn't matter if it's a chatter, it doesn't matter if it's somebody that I meet while streaming. I want to make an impact on somebody's life. I don't care if it is a big impact or not. Like I want somebody to feel, and when they think about something, they go, you know what, I don't think I would have been doing this if it weren't for Fathom or Parker. You know, like that's one thing. Being consistent, like I said, not just on the schedule and the posting and stuff, but actually in like my personality and who I am and what makes me me. Being consistent in that. I want to make either merch, have a sponsor, or do an event by the end of the year. I think that would be really cool. And I want to do one big event. I don't know what a big event necessarily means. I'd say probably like a $10,000 event. I want to do that. I want to do a $10,000 event. And then my biggest goal. This is something that this is my favorite goal and the biggest goal. I've had this since I started streaming in 2022. I was quite literally homeless for a while. And so I was homeless for a little while. I was sleeping on his floor. It was kind of crazy. And then we cleaned out their spare room. The other guy moved out. And so we cleaned out his spare room and I moved in there. And then I had just built my first PC. My best friend, Zach, and his dad are all big PC gamers. And so they helped me build my first PC. And then I moved into that room and I built my PC and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to stream. Like streaming just sounds so much fun. You know, it was pandemic time. Everybody was streaming. Streaming was huge. And I was like, I'm gonna try to stream. And then I started streaming and I went live once and then I left. But the one thing that I thought about while I was doing that was I always, you know, I theory craft. I think to myself all the time. I think to myself, I'm like, what would happen if I did succeed? I started putting myself in the shoes of a successful streamer. I was like, what if I was a successful streamer and I made this amount of money and this, that, the other? And I would tell Zach and I would talk to him. I said, the biggest thing that I want is a not just me mentality. Because I didn't want to go into streaming thinking, okay, if I do get big, theoretically, if I did get big, I don't want to lose the people around me, and I don't want to lose the people who got me to where I am. That's been the biggest thing. That is my biggest goal. It is on here. It says not just me. That is my biggest goal. Every time I read this thing, so all of these things are like on my wall around my stream. I took them down so that I can show you guys. Yeah, and then the goats, my goats of YouTube. I put them right here. Number one, if you guys can't tell, it's Ludwig. Ludwig is the reason that I stream. He made a video a long time ago. I watched that video and I was like, I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna do this. And then it took like 2 years for me to actually stream, baby. I put that stuff off for so long. I am lazy as heck. But he's the reason I stream. Like I like 100%. I love being in his streams. I love watching his content. And I thought to myself, I was like, man, I want to do that, but I want to do that in a way that impacts people in a massive way. And then the last bit, this last bit is the most important thing. And like I said, I think this is Ludwig's biggest, like his biggest thing, and the thing that he does the best. He does it better than any other streamer. Respect goes to everybody. You know that happens with him because, like I said, when he's streaming and even when he wasn't doing his class, like at Streamer U, when I was watching the streams and he wasn't doing his class, but he was like just sitting there doing the thing, when he was just walking around talking to people, everybody had his respect. And that's crazy to me. In my head, I was like, man, if I meet him, no, he gives respect to everybody. And it's insane. Number 2, he said, was keep your friends, keep your day ones. I think about Zach. I think about Zach and his dad all the time. Zach is my best friend who I slept on his floor. I think about him all the time. Keep hobbies. I have a ton of hobbies. I like to cook. You guys who are in here pretty regularly know this. I love to cook. I am like a culinary fiend. I like to paint and draw. Part of the y'all remember how I said that I like to learn things? I love to learn things. And when I learn things, I learn them to the fullest of my capability. Like, I do not skip out on stuff. And then 4, enjoy it. If at any point I stop enjoying streaming, you guys will be able to tell immediately because I will stop streaming. I do it because it is so much fun. It is a blast to me. It is fun to share the things I've learned, to play the games that I play, to do the things that I do, just to do them. I'm gonna be doing them anyways. If I'm gonna be playing a video game, I'm gonna be doing it about this time anyways. Why not bring a few people in to talk to and to enjoy? There are going to be times where it isn't fun, and there is some merit to pushing through those times where it's not fun. Everything falls off eventually. There's merit to continuing to stream even when you're not having fun. But yeah, that's all the stuff that I learned. It was pretty interesting. Ludwig does a great job teaching. He fully deserved Teacher of the Year. He taught me so much and I wasn't even there. I just yoinked his content.